do this. So I am now going to show you how my school, which is just down the road from here, Tiffin Girls' School, taught me how to walk. I don't know how successful it would be. As you can tell, I did not get a foster start. Toe walking, toe walking, toe walking, toe walking, toe walking. We had to walk up and down the school hall with our hymn books on our heads, learning how to walk like ladies, how to stand, and how to sit down, and how to get into and how to become. It was very important to them, but not so much to me. So I got to do it with Revolutionary Letters by Diana Prima today instead of a hymn book. Anyway, right, so I've actually just published today a new chapbook called Sport, and this is the result of 6 months of walking up and down the central reservation of the A240, which is the middle of the road from Tolworth roundabout down to the border of Surrey. And I did this for various reasons. One, because it was threatened with being concreted over and turned into a cycle path. And it's a space that I have known for my whole life. And it's just kind of green grass, it's got lots of trees going up and down it. And it's somewhere where I associate with coming home and going on adventures. And I thought, I really don't want to see that concreted over. So I thought I'd walk up and down it. It was also a way of me sort of distilling some of the ideas and thoughts and writing I've been trying to do following a walking project I've done with Alison Fuhr, who's here tonight, called Tolworth Treasure and the Horse Not Come, which is where we took people last year on walks around the green areas in Tolworth, which were all threatened with developments. And it was just a way of engaging people. So 6 months later, the result is this little chapbook from Samson Low, which came out today, and I've got some copies if anyone would like one, £2.50 each. I'm going to read 2 poems, but I'm going to start with a quote from Richard Jefferies himself, who was a famous Victorian naturalist, writer, and walked around Tolworth. And this is a quote from him which kind of sums up some of the reasons why I thought I would walk up and down the middle of the road. A friend said, "Why do you go the same road every day? Why not have a change and walk somewhere else sometimes? Why keep on up and down the same place?" I could not answer. Till then it had not occurred to me that I did always go the wrong way. As for the reason of it, I could not tell. I continued in my old mind while the summers went away. Not till years afterwards was I able to see why I went the same round and did not care for change. I do not want change. I want the same old and loved things, the same wild flowers, the same trees in soft ash green, the turtle doves, the blackbirds, the coloured yellowhammer, singing so long as there is light to cast a shadow and die, for such is the measure of his song, and I want them in the same place. So, as well as not wanting to see this space concreted over, I don't want to see the destruction of where I live and its identity. And, of course, there's that old chestnut, climate emergency and loss of biodiversity. So, this poem's called Skin of the Earth. Humans don't walk here. I see drivers stare at me through windshields and wound down windows as they pass by. One day, a woman and a girl stopped to look at me as I kneeled to take a photo of red clover. They double take as I double take. A horse and trap career across the dual carriageway at the Jubilee Way Junction. A time walk. A bright sunny day. I am teetering at the end of one part of the sward, waiting to cross. A bride and groom, resplendently fancy, billowing clouds of gypsy white wedding. I see them holding onto each other, laughing as the driver races away, and I miss the shot. but people do inhabit the sward, if not for long. There is a tiny path worn across the grass where lads cross over to play football. At the end of May, there was a human-sized patch in the waist-deep grass where someone had slept by the lime tree. Amongst the wild flowers, there is rubbish, probably thrown from car windows. Achillea, bird's foot trefoil, ragwort, red clover, plastic bottle, buttercup, speedwell, cigarette packet, mallow, cigarette butt, dandelion, daisy, fruit wrapper, plastic bottle, plantain, hawkweed, ragwort, plastic bottle, buttercup, nitrous oxide bottle, teasel, plastic bottle, bristly ox tongue, hubcap, crisp packet. I'm just going to read you one more, which is called Zone Ends. At the border with Surrey, kingfishers fly along the Hogsmill River, a rare chalk stream. Little egrets potter about in the shallow water. Sometimes there are two. Before you get to the river, you can see a kestrel on top of a lamppost or circling above the moated manor. There was a medieval moated manor house across the road from where I'm walking, here on the central reservation. One day, we saw a bird of prey sitting on the pylons that run along the fields here, the greenbelt which exists on both sides of this road. It was a peregrine falcon, the bird of prey on the pylon, come to hunt in Tolworth. On summer evenings, I sat on a fallen log in Tolworth Court Farm Fields, on the other side of the road, watched the bats split in the summer sky before walking down Tolworth Broadway, following in the footsteps of Richard Jefferies as he walked home from his daily walks to 2 Woodside. And even last summer, on a sweltering day, I wandered through the sun-drenched fields in their tawny hues, swallows and swifts above me, humming of bees and butterflies floating, dog roses and early fruiting hedges. And there is darkness and wildness and freedom in those places. But for how much longer?